Basically, welcome to the SRPEDD Commission meeting for June, whatever it is, I'm losing track of days. 24th.
Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Wednesday some week, because it's Friday somewhere too by Jimmy Buffett.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, it is. Welcome everybody. As I say, I'm working with 3 different instruments. Right?
Electrical tape.
And to welcome the new commission members. Jeff, do we have any way of knowing what the list is and they can say hello?
Yeah, we have.
We have that.
It may be easier once we do the attendance at the beginning, and then we can welcome everybody properly.
Okay. I apologize. Who are we going to have read up the attendance?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alan.
I apologize. Who is assigned to read off the attendance?
Oh, I got you. I'm going to just go down real quick through the modalities, and if you could kindly indicate if you're in attendance. Town of Acushnet, City of Attleboro, Town of Berkeley, Town of Carver, Town of Dartmouth,
Deborah Molina Wender present.
Deborah, Town of Dighton, Town of Fairhaven, City of Fall River.
Here, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Ricky, good to see you. Town of Freetown, Town of Lakeville.
We're here.
Barbara, good to see you. Town of Mansfield.
Hello, Austin Horowitz here.
Hey, Austin. Town of Marion.
Norm Al's here.
Norm, good evening. Mattapoisett.
Robbins.
Janice. Town of Middleborough.
Milani Delpa here.
Leilani. City of New Bedford.
Hi, Kirsten Bryan.
Hey, Kirsten. Town of North Attleboro.
Marie Clark's here, and I saw Lyle's here too.
Marie and Lyle. Good evening, folks. Town of Norton.
Sandy Allerton here.
Hi, Sandy. Town of Plainville. Town of Rainham.
John Texera here.
Hi, John. Town of Rehoboth.
Bill Costa here.
Hey, Bill. Town of Rochester.
Chief Starrett here.
Steve, good evening. Town of Seekonk.
Phoebe Lee Dunn here.
Hey, Phoebe. We have Town of Somerset.
Lloyd Mendes.
Hi, Lloyd. Town of Swansea.
George Orca, present.
Hi, George. City of Taunton.
Bill Roth.
Mr. Roth, how are you? Town of Wareham.
Alan, Dale.
I'm sorry, Alan. Town of Westport.
Steve Willett here.
Gentlemen, how are you? And lastly, yes, the at-large members, New Bedford, Taunton, and Fall River.
Okay. Again, welcome to any of the new members.
Gotcha.
If anyone is a new member, we'll have a little ways down the program of swearing in of the new members. Before we go to the minutes, etc., I just want to make a couple comments. This is a continuing of a little different how we do things. I know for myself, I very much miss the personal contact back and forth, that we have a chance to kind of talk to each other about personal issues that we have, things we have in our own towns. And I miss that very much, because that really is a good part of what we actually do. The town of Wareham is going to have their first selectmen's meeting back in their selectmen's office this Tuesday. We're expecting that the governor has a good chance, if not next Monday, the following Monday, to go to phase 3, which will allow us to open up our town halls on a limited basis with controls, etc. I have to give the governor a lot of credit for sticking to his guns. A lot of places that just went ahead and opened up early in California, Texas, Florida, name a few. Obviously, it's proved to be wrong, and he's proved to be right. And the numbers just keep getting better and better. And I know for our own town, as Massachusetts is, we were hit pretty hard everywhere, and the improvement is really unbelievable what's happened in a short period of time by following the rules. And that's really about it. So I'll basically ask for a motion to approve the minutes of May 27th.
So made.
Second.
Second.
Anyone have any issues or changes required? None heard? Can we run off the roll call, please?
Senator Kushner? Do you want to go through the municipalities again now?
I would, if you want to make it easier, if you checked off the ones that are here, just read those only. We just
Okay,
have to follow the current rules.
Very good. Town of Dartmouth,
Vote in favor.
Town of Mansfield,
Vote in favor.
Town of Marion,
Aaron, aye.
Mattapoisett, Middleborough,
Aye.
North Attleboro,
Aye.
Aye.
Norton,
Aye.
Rainham,
Aye.
Rehoboth,
Both aye.
Rochester, Seekonk,
I was not here.
Somerset.
Aye.
Thank you, Lloyd. Swansea,
Aye.
City of Taunton,
Aye.
Town of Wareham,
Aye.
Town of Westport,
Aye.
City of Fall River.
Aye.
Very good.
Thank you. We have, I believe, Mike King from Wareham, who's monitoring to the meeting, as potentially thinking of possibly taking the planning board position of on the commission. George Barrett, of course, is the chair and is on the line today. We have one other member from the planning board, Mr. Swenson. Our planning board has requirements of being on 3 different boards besides the planning board, and that really creates problems for them. But and conflicts. George actually has like 3 conflicts on a Wednesday usually. So we'll see how this goes there. We'll do the swearing in. Janice will handle that. And basically what it is anyone who has not been sworn in yet or is a new member, please follow through with Janice as well right now. Janice, go ahead. Thank you.
As a duly qualified commissioner of the Southeastern Regional Planning and Economic Development District, I solemnly affirm that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform the duties incumbent on me as a commissioner to the best of my ability and understanding. Those commissioners say I do.
I do.
I do.
If you can say I do and also read your name off so we all know who it is as well.
Alan, do we need to do them as re-ups or just the brand new people?
Just basically anybody that's new, unless you missed the, no, actually just the new one, sorry, never mind.
Okay, thanks.
Okay,
I don't know, I'm not sure if I said I do did we do this a couple weeks ago or?
yes, we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else there new at Fall River?
We,
believe
Ricky
I
was
did
here
it
last time.
Okay, I just want to make sure we cover our bases.
Very good.
Okay, next on the agenda is reports from the chair. Again, we're moving along as best we can with keeping up with all our duties and responsibilities. I have to give again credit to the SRPEDD employees for the job they do. The new normal is working at home. Unfortunately, I think the new normal of working at home is going to be the actual normal period. I've had a lot of talk with businesses all over Southeast Mass and even with the Selectmen's Association, and a lot of firms are talking about making it permanent. I think we're going to find there's going to be a lot of retail space available at reduced prices for the next 6 months as well. My biggest concern for all of us, is, of course, is the revenue coming from the state with no real solid projections. And at the end of, I think it's going to be July at the latest, the $600 free money for anyone who's unemployed is going to disappear. And then we're going to see a lot of unemployed people who haven't stepped up to take their existing job as they're called back because they're actually earning more money right now than they would if they were working. It's going to put the state into a real difficult situation with all those people being unemployed, for real. And we'll see how it goes. We have a very difficult road ahead of us. Anyone who thinks this is difficult now, I hate to be Debbie Downer, but it's going to be that much more difficult. So we need each other more than ever. So again, we're all available for anyone at any time to sit and talk about anything that comes up. And I look forward to speaking to everybody as it goes along. Jeff, you.
Yes, sir. As emailed earlier this afternoon, very happy to share that we received notification today from the Economic Development Administration regarding the award of a CARES grant specifically for the purpose of expanding our economic development program. We are going to be able to reach out to each of you with additional personnel. We've been in touch with a number of communities already and have already been working to lay the groundwork on behalf of identified projects. What these technical assistance monies will do is basically more of what we have been doing, both region-wide projects such as the Marine Sciences and Technology Corridor Initiative that recently concluded its pretty groundwork laying study. There is a new entity that has been formed called OCEAN, the acronym based out of UMass Dartmouth. They have recently appointed a steering committee, and you're going to continue to see more and more on the marine sciences and technology front. That was an earlier EDA funded initiative. We also, as we'll get to later on in the agenda, have been working with the City of New Bedford, specifically the Port Authority and Foundation, on behalf of some key infrastructure there. That application is looking very promising. With these additional personnel, we may find that SRPEDD is called to assist outside of our boundaries as well, helping to build capacity, as the case may be, with neighboring jurisdictions, also other RPAs. So this is the first of hopefully a number of exciting announcements to come. We are, as the chairman indicated, very available and interested to talk with each of you about your needs and any of the ways that we can help. I have one other topic. A number of you may have noticed a week or so back, we had an unfortunate outage in our website. Like any other site out there, it is continually being tested by hackers around the world. Unfortunately, it fell victim where we had to take the site down. It is back up, albeit temporarily, in that we are making a concerted push to hopefully very soon migrate to our new website. We've been working on it for a while. It unfortunately was set back a little by the COVID crisis, but we are excited to hopefully be able to debut it the first part of July. I think you'll be very pleased with its functionality, its interactive mapping and data capabilities, and should hold us in good stead for a number of years to come. But yeah, we've got, as you all know, quite a number of studies, quite a number of past reports, et cetera, out there on that site. And so when the old one had to be brought down, it was no small feat to get that back up. And so thanks to all for your patience, and to staff for working double time to get that functionality back. Yeah, it's one of those things that usually when you can least afford to deal with such things, somebody finds a vulnerability. And we're working with our new hosting service to ensure that we've got not only a highly rated hosting service, but also a very secure one as well. So that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Again, I'll just take a little minute here. I want to thank Deborah so much for all her contributions. I'm not sure if she'll make our July meeting or not. She'll be in sunny California, but either way, I just want to say thank you very much for everything you've done. And the other piece that is not happy news is, as we know, the town administrator, town manager, I'm not sure, I believe it's Swansea, had to step down because of health reasons. My understanding is, and I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, that it's terminal, and he's very ill. And I'd like for the organization to send off something to him, just to wish him well. It's something we're not going to be able to help, but it's a sad thing. He's a really nice person. He actually served in Wareham for about a year as town administrator, and he'll be greatly missed when it happens. I'm sorry to say. Thank you. Next we have, give me a second here, phone 2 to phone 3.
Alan,
Yes.
is there an address to send a card?
I don't have it, but let me see if I can get something, and we'll get it to Jeff, and Jeff will send it out to everybody.
We can get that
Okay.
out to folks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really a shame.
Get well cards don't hurt.
Just anything just to say, hey, we're thinking of you, at least he understands. Okay, next we have on the consent agenda, regional reviews. Make it easy this month, there's none. Contracts, even better, none. So, Austin, you're up, finance report.
I am, although it was a relatively straightforward finance committee meeting last week. As you can see in the notes, a warrant for approximately $47,000 was approved, and the total cash accounted for amounts to just over $700,000. More broadly, I just want to reaffirm that as of now, SRPEDD is still in a very solid financial situation, and we don't foresee that changing. Obviously, anything can happen in the future, but hopefully, our traditional funding sources via the federal government grants and everything don't appear to be affected. So at least for the SRPEDD finances, it seems to be on a reasonably solid footing.
Okay, thank you. I need a motion to accept and put on file.
Second, Steve Willett.
Thank you. Second.
Second, Steve Willett.
Okay. Any questions or anything at all? None heard. Jeff, can you read the roll call?
Yes, sir. Town of Dartmouth.
Yes.
Town of Lakeville.
Yes.
Town of Mansfield.
Yes.
Town of Marion.
Aaron, aye.
Town of Mattapoisett.
Yes.
Town of Middleborough.
Yes.
Town of North Attleboro.
Yes.
Town of Norton.
Yes.
Town of Rainham.
Aye.
Town of Rehoboth.
Yes.
Town of Rochester.
Yes.
Town of Seekonk.
Aye.
Town of Somerset.
Aye.
Town of Swansea.
Yes.
City of Taunton. Town of Wareham.
Yes. Both of us.
Yes.
Town of Westport.
Jim,
Yes.
Jim Whiten, yes.
Steve Willett, yes.
Thank you. City of Fall River.
Yes.
Very good. Thank
I'm
you,
not on
folks.
the list. This is Kirsten of New Bedford.
New Bedford, my apologies. Thank you.
Can you please place me as an abstain for the meeting minutes vote and a yes for the second?
Will do. Sorry about that, Kirsten. Thank
That's
you.
okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Next up, we have Paul with the JTPG and the MPO information for the month.
Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to touch base with you on a few things, but before we do that, we do have an important thing that happens every year at this time, and that is our MPO elections. The SRPEDD Commission has the ability to elect annually 2 members of 2 town board of selectmen to serve a 2-year term. As a voting member for the MPO, the board is responsible for the Transportation Improvement Program and our Unified Planning Work Program, as well as the Regional Transportation Plan. This process included a distribution of self-nomination forms that were sent out in early May, with a June 4th deadline for those Board of Selectmen to return them to the SRPEDD office as part of the nomination process. This year we had 3 nominees that returned forms, and one of them is here tonight, and I asked her to address the SRPEDD Commission as to why she wants to serve on the MPO. The 3 candidates are Julie Boyce from North Attleboro. She's part of the North Attleboro Town Council, and there's also Charles Murphy from Fairhaven and Sean McDonald from the town of Dartmouth. I just want to point out, Charlie Murphy, though, lost his bid for re-election in the town last week, and therefore, because he is no longer a Board of Selectmen member, is no longer eligible to serve on the MPO board. But with all that set aside, Julie, do you want to say a few words as to why you wish to serve on the MPO?
Sure, yes. Hi, hello, everyone. Julie Boyce. I serve for the town of North Attleboro Town Council, and I don't know, not too long ago, I was a SRPEDD commissioner. I served on the planning board. Sorry. I think what you guys do is a great thing for our surrounding communities. I think SRPEDD's very, very important. I definitely advocate for SRPEDD to our community. I just want to say that, well, thank you for having me here today, and I'm very much interested in being part of this. I think what you guys do is really great.
Thank you, Julie. Sean McDonald could not make it tonight. He has a family issue that he's dealing with, but I was curious to know if any of the commissioners who know Sean would be willing to say a few words about him and his qualifications for serving on the MPO. Specifically, Deborah, if you could say a few words, that would be great.
Sure. Sean McDonald's been an active member in the Dartmouth community and on boards, I think, since he was 18 or 19 years old, serving on school committee and now on select board for way longer than I have been there, so in excess of 10 years. He's always been a leader on that group and is always looking forward for new opportunities in economic development, and transportation is one of the big things for Dartmouth, being at the sort of the crossroads of center of commerce in the region in many ways. I think he'd equally make a good representative. It's tough, we have to choose one.
Well, actually, we have to just, we choose 2.
Oh, we do? Okay, I thought it was down to 1 today.
Yes, with Charlie Murphy not becoming reelected, the 2 slots that are open, we only have 2 nominees for. Before we go forward with a moving of the slate for a vote, I do want to acknowledge Steve Ouellette, who served many a year, not only with the SRPEDD Commission, but for the past several years has been part of the MPO. He's taken time out of his day to come up to our MPO meetings, which for members of the Board of Selectmen can be difficult at times, especially if you hold another job. So, Steve, thank you for your time. It was greatly appreciated to help move a lot of these projects forward.
Thanks. I appreciate the kind words.
This is Alan. I concur. Steve, thank you very much.
Yes, Steve, thank you.
Thanks. I appreciate it. And I'm glad Sean's on for local jobs. Appreciate it.
So, with all that being said, we have 2 nominees for 2 positions. So, I mean, a vote normally would be done by a secret ballot, but I think we really can forego that formality. And I just ask the chair, should we ask for a motion in a second to move the slate for the MPO elections?
So
I'll
moved.
move it. Steve Ouellette. Second, Steve Ouellette.
Thank you. Before I got there, I think Paul, we'll use the Chicago system. Let's vote and vote off.
Well, it does require a roll call vote.
Yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
Can do. I'm going to go quickly down the list here. Dartmouth,
Aye.
Lakeville, Mansfield,
Aye.
Lakeville, aye.
Marion,
Aaron, aye.
Mattapoisett, Middleborough,
Aye.
New Bedford,
Aye.
North Attleboro,
Aye.
Aye.
Norton,
Aye.
Rainham,
Aye.
Rehoboth,
Aye.
Rochester,
Aye.
Seekonk,
Aye.
Somerset,
Aye.
Swansea,
Aye.
City of Taunton,
Aye.
Wareham,
Aye.
Alan is aye. That's a double vote for Chicago now.
Westport,
Steve Ouellette, aye.
and City of Fall River.
Aye.
Fantastic. Thank you, folks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh,
Mr. Chair, I do have a couple other things too.
Go ahead, please.
As noted in your packets, the Transportation Improvement Program, better known as the TIP, and the Unified Planning Work Program, the UPWP, were both endorsed over the past 2 months, May and June respectively, by the MPO. So we are all set for federal fiscal year 21, beginning on August 1st. Also, due to the COVID-19 situation, we've adjusted our work program to allow staff to concentrate on other projects where we have been suspended in certain areas for data collection. One area we were suspended in is our regional coverage count, traffic count program, which we do in cooperation with Mass DOT. That it was suspended due to the significant decrease in traffic. However, with the return to work, Mass DOT has allowed us to consider and also continue with our traffic count program to do coverage counts, basically to monitor traffic volumes as people return to work. And we're going to be doing that in conjunction with Mass DOT, who's doing the same. This is actually an effort that's being done statewide by several other agencies as well. We are also going forward with a freight action plan, and we're going to be getting the data collection for that effort this summer and moving into our next work program with more analysis and work on freight activities within Southeastern Mass. We're also doing an extensive trails mapping effort, basically to document recreational hiking and biking trails that are within our region, determine if those trails are crossing on public property or private property, but also to be a contributor not only for the communities as a source of tourism, but also to help with a statewide database. And finally, we are doing a COVID public outreach effort. Essentially, our staff is looking to initiate discussions as well as educational webinars with our communities on transportation impacts from the COVID-19 pandemic. We are doing one such webinar. I think it's coming up soon with VHB. and essentially talking to communities and seeing how they're coping with the COVID-19 in relation to transportation challenges. One of those challenges includes the shared streets and spaces grant program, which was it's underway right now with applications being received by Mass DOT. I believe, Jeff, that's later on in the agenda, so I will save that and not steal any of his thunder. But essentially, that's some of the programs that we're working on this summer. Staff is excited to actually get outside and do some of this data collection, and we're hoping that we can pass on the results by the end of the summer to all of our communities. Mr. Chair, that's all I have to report on from the transportation section.
Thank you very much. I don't have a note here to put this on file, so I guess we can go on to the next piece. Number 7, there's 2 different agendas that I'm working on, the early one and the late one. Paul had just mentioned about the MassDOT shared streets and spaces. I believe I sent out my notice yesterday explaining the dollar amount, how that can help. It's basically if you're taking your city or town and trying to put outdoor seating for restaurants, having parking areas, or having to modify sidewalks and streets, you can apply for funds, I think up to $25,000 to assist in this program to get done. If Paul would like to speak on that, that would be fine with me.
Yeah, I can give you some quick background.
Thank you.
These monies are expected to go very quickly. I know a number of communities have expressed interest, and we are available to assist, be it with data, be it with mapping. Grants can be as small as $5,000, as much as $300,000. $5 million has been allocated for this very quick program of 100 days. Applications will be accepted and awarded on a rolling basis from June 22nd through September 27th. What has been included in your packets, and you can see all this information on the mass.gov program page, are examples of eligible type projects, also further specifics about the program, how the proposals are going to be scored, and the types of projects, again, that are eligible. If this speaks to your community's needs, especially during this challenging time, please do not hesitate to get in touch with us. We will do whatever we can to help ensure that your application is successful, and are happy to make this information available. The second item included in your packets, this is a copy of a letter of support. Unfortunately, that came in between meetings. It is shared for your information, and this is in conjunction, as earlier mentioned, with the City of New Bedford's, the Harbor Development Commission's application for the North Terminal Extension and Pier Fendering Project. We heard earlier today from Deborah Bevan concerning the CARES Act award. I also have heard back that City of New Bedford application is progressing, coming together very encouragingly. This would be in excess of $14 million and a true boost to the region were it to be awarded. So we'll hopefully have further news for you all on that shortly as well.
Thank you, Jeff. Anybody have any questions at all? None? Go ahead, sorry.
Mr. Chair, I just wanted a comment. Middleborough, actually, we did apply for the shared streets and spaces. Thank you for your help, Paul. And I just wanted to mention also, I believe that municipalities can apply for up to 3 projects at a time. Is that correct?
I haven't seen.
We only did one, but yeah, reading it, I thought I saw that somewhere.
Okay.
Or 3 projects over the life of the program.
Yeah, but the program, the problem we have with the program is I think it's a $5 million cap. So if someone is interested, you have to apply very quickly because
Yes.
it'll go very quickly.
Yes.
And as indicated by DLS, they're wanting to get these monies into your all's hands as quickly as possible. So normally they would hold the applications back to ensure a geographic spread across the state. In this case, my expectation would be when they have competitive applications, they're going to go ahead and push them through. So by all means, Leilani, if the town is looking at other project possibilities, let's definitely get that answered as to whether more than one are fundable, and so you guys can pull that together.
Yeah, I will pass it on. Like I said, we have put the one in for a parking and outdoor spacing area that we are already started, but we could definitely use help to finish, so.
Good. Yeah, Sean Cronin, the DLS director, is very direct, asking people to immediately apply, and he made it very clear that the money is going to go quickly, so please don't wait. I will ask now for a motion to receive and put on file.
So moved.
moved.
Lloyd
Second.
Mendy, Somerset.
Second, Leilani Middleborough.
Thank you, guys. Jeff, your turn again.
Actually, Mr. Chair, I just wanted to comment on Leilani's comment. I was looking at the website, and it does says no more than 3 applications can be made for that grant.
That's really great. That makes it much easier for everybody. It's a lot easier doing 3 at once rather than 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, again, Jeff, we'll have roll call for the vote.
Yes, sir. Dartmouth,
Yes.
Fall River,
Yes.
Lakeville,
Yes.
Mansfield,
Yes.
Marion,
Mary and I.
Mattapoisett, Middleborough,
Yes.
City of New Bedford,
Aye.
North Attleboro,
Yes.
Norton,
Yes.
Rainham,
Aye.
Rehoboth,
Yes.
Rochester,
Aye.
Seekonk,
Yes.
Somerset,
Aye.
Swansea,
Yes.
Taunton,
Yes.
Wareham,
I guess
Westport.
one yes this time.
Okay. Westport.
Jim Whiten, yes.
Steve Willett, yes.
Fantastic. Thank you, folks.
Thank you. Last piece, we'll try and do without talking over each other, is the round table with anybody have any particular items that they have questions, need help on, or anything interesting that they've done that the rest of us could use.
Mr. Chairman, John Texera here.
Go ahead.
Yes, I did not run for re-election this year. So this will be my last SRPEDD meeting. I just wanted to say that I've enjoyed the past 5 years here. I've gathered a lot of good information from my town as well as personally. Our town election is this coming Saturday. There is only one candidate for my position. Stacy, I have given them the form to name that candidate, but they won't be able to do that till their July 2nd meeting. But I wish you all well. I ask you to keep up the good work, and best of luck, everyone.
Thank you.
John.
Take care, John.
Thank you, John. Take
Great
care.
having you.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye-bye now.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
John. Be safe, be well.
I will.
Anybody else, please? Phoebe?
I would like to talk to the rep from Somerset about the citizens group on Brayton Point that is concerned about the ship that ties up at Brayton Point and loads with scrap metal. It makes a lot of noise and puts a lot of dust in the atmosphere and into Mount Hope Bay. How is the town of Somerset dealing with this?
Mr. Chairman, may I address this? This is Lloyd Mendes from the town of Somerset.
Yeah, Lloyd, go ahead.
The town of Somerset has an elected government, a board of selectmen, town administrator, board of health, We have legal procedures like every town to deal with the normal conflicts and trade-offs between investment and residential and recreational uses. And I assure you, we are following all legal procedures. We are doing everything within the constitutional framework.
Yes, I'm on the fence about this because it certainly helps with the push for marine trade and marine jobs that's going on all around the region. It's hard to address the citizens' concerns in a fair way, I think.
Well, no, there is a fair way, madam. It's through elections and through the courts.
I'll
Those
interrupt.
are the normal procedures we follow.
Thank you, Lloyd. What I would
Thank you,
suggest,
sir.
if you would like to put together information, send it to Jeff. We can look at it. We can forward where it needs to go and copy you to see if we get you some answers.
Mr. Chairman, I don't think that'll be necessary. There are normal constitutional procedures in place. The town of Somerset follows those procedures.
We understand, but we're not-
Anyone interested may address the town administrator.
We're not questioning whether the town is doing correct or not, Lloyd. We're just providing a means of communication from citizens that have an issue and may not be exactly sure what it is. We're just trying to assist. We're not making
There
any
is a
judgment.
proper procedure for that, Mr. Chairman. It's through public meetings.
I understand, Lloyd. I'm just trying to assist someone having communication. I'm not going to get involved internally in someone else's government.
I urge everyone to follow the established procedures.
Thank you, Lloyd. All right, Deborah, you can stop smiling.
I only have one more month.
I understand. Anybody else, please?
Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to let you know Middleborough did have their election successfully. Social distancing this past Saturday. We have 2 new selectmen. We will be having our town meeting on Thursday. I am actually been elected as chairman of the Board of Selectmen again. And I will be the liaison to the South Coast Rail now too. So I should be having more information for you as we move along.
Cool.
Thank you. Next, please.
Mr. Chairman, this is Barbara Mankowski from Lakeville. And I just wanted to let everybody know that at long last, the Route 79 corridor project was approved last night at town meeting, the last piece of it. And the other thing, we were successful in establishing a marijuana business overlay district in 2 different parts of the town, which will limit the locations where that business can be practiced. So we've had some success in town.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Mr. Chairman, I mentioned before the meeting formally convened that Dartmouth held their town meeting via Zoom on Saturday. So it was the first time via Zoom and the first time on a Saturday. And there was more than a sufficient quorum present and people were actively engaged and it went remarkably well. People did put a lot of time and hard work into it. They actually had 2 practice sessions for people in advance of the meeting. And I think people were surprised at how well it went. So it can work.
Yes, it can. Anyone else, please?
Just quickly, Mattapoisett did have its elections, and we did have a contested selectmen's race, and we have a new selectman. The town meeting, though, the town has postponed that till the end of the summer or September.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, this is Norm Hills. Marion had our town meeting on Monday. We did it in 5 different rooms in Sippican School with audio and video, Zoom. The whole thing worked great. We went through all 54 items.
Wow. Excellent. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, none heard. In the town of Wareham, we did have our elections on Tuesday yesterday. One of our incumbents who was running was reelected. The other one decided not to run. And we ended up with our second selectman, who was a former select woman, who basically took off a year and decided to come back and thankfully won because she was extremely helpful. I'm happy to see her back in place. Just again, to show what we can do if we work together. We had a business called Waterwiz in the town of Wareham. If you ever watched the Adam Sandler movie, that was filmed at the Waterwiz in Wareham. Well, unfortunately, a company like Waterwiz, and we have others like this, have about an 8-week window in the summer in which to make their money. And we have a lot of pieces of businesses in our area that are basically tourism-based summer businesses. Their particular business right now most likely has to wait till phase 4 before they can open. With that 8-week window for revenue, the chances of them surviving for this particular year is probably slim to none. So what I did was I requested through the Mass Municipal Association, we have a Tuesday meeting with the Lieutenant Governor. We have a thing called the LGAC, which is the Local Government Advisory Council, which the Lieutenant Governor chairs. I sent in the information that I had, and it was brought up at the meeting, and the Lieutenant Governor looked at it and said, I understand what's happening. I'll be getting back to the company directly to see if we can provide some kind of financial aid for them and look at other businesses in a similar situation. So if any one of us in the other 26 communities have businesses of this type of nature or something similar where they cannot possibly open up in time to survive the summer season where they have their revenue, please let me know and we can lobby for this. I mean, we went ahead also, just so you understand, and we lobbied as far as the governor about the restaurants, which is another critical area. And we asked them to eliminate the capacity issue, and which they did. And we asked them about the outside seating, et cetera, with the liquor, which has happened as well. The nice piece is they're allowed to, at least till November, to continue that outside seating with the liquor license, which gives them their overall capacity for a lot of them to be more or less what they would have normally. So they have a chance also to be financially stable and put people to work. The one caveat to all this is if they have seating capacity total for over 99, I believe in most towns, at least in Massachusetts, I believe, it could trigger the requirement for a sprinkler inside their building, even though you can't have 99 people inside. But again, anyone that needs any help with these issues, where you have businesses that are in trouble and you don't know how to help, please reach out and let's see what we can do for you. Thank you. And back to my phones.
Thank you, Alan.
Not a problem. It's what we do. Future meetings. We have July 22nd, no meeting in August. September 23rd, October 28th, no November meeting, December 2nd. Again, I'm hoping that somehow we find a location where we can all come sit in the next month. We won't be able to meet, obviously, in the SRPEDD building if we have anywhere from 30 to 50 members show, which has been what's been happening lately. We'll work that out as best we can. And with that said, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Leilani.
Okay. I guess we'll do a roll call, Jeff, to make it legal.
Very good. Town of Dartmouth.
Aye.
City of Fall River.
Yes.
Lakeville.
Yes.
Mansfield.
Aye.
Marion.
Mary and I.
Mattapoisett. Middleborough.
Aye.
City of New Bedford. North Attleboro.
Aye.
Norton.
Aye.
Raynham.
Aye.
Rehoboth.
Aye.
Rochester. Seekonk.
Aye.
Somerset.
Aye.
Swansea.
Aye.
Taunton.
Aye.
Wareham.
Aye.
Westport.
Jim Whiten, aye.
Steve Willett, aye.
Fantastic. Thank you all. And for the folks from Lakeville TV, we'll definitely ensure that you get a copy of this meeting. So we have your email.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you all very much. July 4th is coming. We'll probably have fireworks every day illegally, but that's how it is these days. Everybody, please be safe, be well, and we'll see you in July.